In the four-discipline one-man relay, Meyer would be put to the test at the high-altitude competition venue in St Johan Austria.
Yeah, so before I went to the World Trophy, I'd never, ever done a run with that format before.
Meyer progressed through the competition and came home with a convincing win against Canadian Marcel Dupuis in the semi-final. His win saw him line up against Jason Wynyard in the grand final. This grudge match from the World Championships saw the least experienced Meyer battle the current world champion, and it was an occasion that Meyer rose to.
Yeah, Jason's reaction was pretty good. I think he said to me, "You're a good competitor on stage," and he goes, "You deserve it." So I was pretty happy with that, and ever since then I think he sort of had a pretty good respect for what I can do and who I am, as I do for him as well.
It's been a fantastic competition actually. I'm pretty pleased to make the final and really happy for Brayden. He cut really well all the way through and was definitely the man to beat right from the time trial. So he's a great young axeman and you know, second place was as good as I did, so I've got to be kind of happy with that.
I think I was a 20-year-old to win that and to beat Jason on that same day, and finally got one back on him from the World Championships.
Coming back to Australia, Meyer would bring his winning confidence and focus, but he was faced with equally world-class opponents in his path. At the 5-round 2016 Australian Championships, Meyer put up a gallant effort in an attempt to go back-to-back with Australian titles. Brayden Meyer wins his heat in Australian record time, but despite breaking the Australian record in the underhand, Meyer would struggle out of the blocks in round 1, finishing 4th overall. In round 2, his form would emerge. With an outstanding standing block, he smashed the Australian record and underhand chop. Look at the frequency of the hits by Brayden Meyer. Would come down to the hot saw.
I was a bit of trouble there with Brad's pull cord and tether and him hitting me.
With the altercation taken into account, Meyer was given a second chance. He topped the podium and took valuable competition points. But a lapse in round 3 saw Meyer settle for 4th overall. And in round 4, Meyer was narrowly edged out by O'Toole for the win. No, it's going to be O'Toole, and that is going to cost Meyer. But it was the final in Bathurst that would decide the season winner, and Meyer would give it everything for a chance of back-to-back Australian titles.
Leading to Bathurst, I sort of went there. Obviously, I wasn't going there to lose, so I went there and tried to win it as best as I could.
His strength throughout the day, it would see him battle DeLosa in a stock saw-off for the round 5 win. 14.3 seconds.
Oh, I was pretty close off to it, but Brad had me on the ropes.
Do we have a new champion?
It was disappointing, but you learn from that, and bigger and better the next year.